Hello students, how are you all? I hope everyone fine. In last class we completed complex numbers, maybe you remember, okay? So today I am going to start a new chapter and very important chapter, okay, for JEE as well as entrance exam and the board exam, okay? So nothing is removed in a new syllabus pattern from this chapter. Little lengthy and a very important chapter. Please remember that. See, this comes under the section coordinate geometry. You 10th standard start to learn coordinate geometry, right? Which are the topic you learn in 10th standard? I'll recall that first, okay? Then I'll start with the first PUC coordinate geometry, okay? This is from the 10th standard, not from the first PUC, okay? 10th standard. Now in 10th standard, even state as well as CBS students learn some formulas. We require those formulas in first PUC straight line, okay? So let me recall those formulas first, not in detail, in brief, okay? I'm not going to explain anything, I'm just giving the formula, remember that. And next part of the first PUC coordinate geometry, we are going to use it. So the first formula which you learn in 10th standard is the distance formula. Point and then okay, it's okay, nothing to worry. So about the point, just let me start directly with the distance formula. So what is the distance formula? Distance between the 2 points is x1 minus x2 whole square plus y1 minus y2 whole square. And this is the distance between 2 points x1 y1 and x2 y2. Distance between 2 points x1 y1 and x2 y2 is x1 minus x2 whole square plus y1 minus y2 whole square. So don't get confused, okay? Maybe you learn x2 minus x1 or y2 minus y1, but remember, because of this square, x1 minus x2 whole square is also equal to x2 minus x1 whole square. Then confusion agbide. Then x1 minus x2 bardiyan you kaliyotte mostly x2 minus x1 kaltira, but one and the same because of square, because minus and okay does not come out. Please remember that. So you can write x1 minus x2 as well as x2 minus x1. Okay. So then very good. Next one, section formula. There are two types of section formula you learn, okay, in 10th standard. One is section formula for internal division, another one is section formula for external division. So what is internal division formula? M x2 plus n x1 by m plus n, comma m y2 plus n y1 by m plus n. So internal division andre the point P divides AB in, okay, internally means it is between A and B. The point P will be between A and B in the ratio m is to n. Okay, if the point P is the internal part of AB, then that division is known as internal division. If the point P is the external part of AB, then that division is known as external division. Formula change the only sign, okay, plus the minus side, that's it. The point lies outside, okay, remember that point lies outside, okay, like this. Idu A, idu B, okay, idu B, point P will be here, and this distance is M, this distance is N. I'm not teaching anything new, please remember that. I'm just recalling from 10th standard, okay. Distance formula is over. I hope you remember this. Section formula for internal division, section formula for external division. Straight line, okay. One more formula you learn in 10th standard, that is a midpoint formula. What do you mean by midpoint? The point P divides AB internal in the ratio 1:1 or 2:2 or m is to n or n is to n, okay. Now formula is mx2, sorry, x1 plus x2 by 2, comma y1 plus y2 by 2. What is x1 y1? It is the coordinates of point A, x2, y2 coordinates of point B, okay. So the midpoint formula is x1 plus x2 by 2 plus, comma y1 plus y2 by 2. Okay, I'm just recalling, please remember that. Formula you learn in 10th standard, that is area of a triangle with the vertices x1, y1, x2, y2 and x3, y3. Maybe remember, the formula is half into, okay, x1 into y2 minus y3 plus x2 into y3 minus y1 plus x3 into y1 minus y2. So then this will give you the area of a triangle when you know the three vertices of a triangle. Maybe you learn like this. The one more representation is there for the same thing, that is summation. Summation andre? Yes. So that is x1 into y2 minus y2. One and the same, either you remember like this or the expansion of this is, okay, this above expression. So area of a triangle. Usually area of a triangle ಹೇಗೆ find out ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, base ಮತ್ತೆ height, half into base into height. But when you know all the three vertices of a triangle, no need to find out the height as well as the base. Directly you can find out the area of the triangle using this formula. ಇದನ್ನು 10th standard ಕಲ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಿ. So ಅದೇ ತರ in one more concept you learn in 10th standard in coordinate geometry, that is the centroid of the triangle. What do you mean by centroid? Centroid ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದೀರಾ? It's a point, okay, which divides median of the triangle in the ratio 2:1. Okay, it's a centroid is a point which divides median. Median andre no, a line which bisects the opposite side. The line which bisects the opposite side. Okay, is a point on the median which divides median in the ratio 2:1 internally. 2:1 internally. Okay, and you know the coordinates. Suppose these coordinates are x1 y1. Okay, this is x2 y2 and x3 y3. Okay, then the centroid of the triangle is x1 plus x2 plus x3 by 3 comma y1 plus y2 plus y3 by 3. So these are the concepts you learn in 10th standard. Yaudella distance formula, section formula for internal division, external division, midpoint formula, area of a triangle and centroid. Along with that you learn about the Cartesian coordinate system. Then what do you mean by Cartesian coordinate system? In this system the plane is divided into 4 parts. It's tumba basic, adike nam barelilla. Okay, I'll just explain orally. In this system the plane is divided into 4 parts. The 4 parts are known as the quadrants. In the first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, fourth quadrant. In first quadrant both x and y coordinates are positive. In second quadrant x is negative, y is positive. In third quadrant both x and y are negative. Very good. In fourth quadrant x is positive, y is negative. So remember about Cartesian coordinate system. We need that in a straight line also. Okay, that is a very basic. Before this you learned, maybe in 9th standard you learned, so I didn't recall that. So I hope you know about x-axis, y-axis, positive x-axis, positive y-axis, negative x-axis, negative y-axis, and different quadrant, first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant and fourth quadrant. Now using the very basic concept and the concept which you learn in 10th standard, we are going to learn a new chapter known as the straight line. Yeah, you can ask what is there to learn as a new concept in straight line. We know how to draw a line. Yeah, we are not learning about the construction part already done in geometry, pure geometry. This is not a pure geometry, this is a coordinate geometry. Nenpeli ನೀವು 9th ಅಥವಾ 8th ಅಥವಾ 10th ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಲ್ತಿರಬಹುದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ. It's a pure geometry. The construction part comes in a pure geometry. This is not pure geometry, this is a coordinate geometry. Coordinate geometry ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ constructions ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ, algebra ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. algebra ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದೇನು, formulas ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ to learn something, to understand the characteristic. So we are going to learn the straight line concept in coordinate geometry, not in a pure geometry. We are not doing any constructions, remember that. So we are going to learn straight line, okay, using algebraical concept or under the heading coordinate geometry. Okay, so let us see how many of them know what do you mean by straight line. Definition ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದಾ? See, you know about straight line, right? If I ask you to draw a line, definitely everyone will draw a line. So what may be the definition of straight line? Straight line definition ಏನಿರ್ಬೋದು? I'm not going to write that, it's not part of the syllabus, but still if I ask a question to you, what do you mean by a straight line? Define straight line. Maybe your answer like this: take one straight scale, draw a line. It is a construction. I'm not asking the construction, I'm asking definition. What may be the definition of straight line? Gottidya? How straight line is introduced to this subject? See, okay, what is the first concept, okay, which brought straight line to mathematics? Can you tell me? Yeah, so what do you mean by straight line? Straight line is the shortest distance between 2 points, is always called straight line. Straight line is introduced to maths like this. So whenever you want to find out the distance between the 2 points, which is the shortest distance, it is a straight line. So this is A, this is B. See, from point A to point B the person can travel like this, a person can travel like this, okay, but what is the shortest distance? The shortest distance is a straight line. In physics this is known as displacement. Then physics teacher ಹೇಳಿಕೊಟ್ಟಿರಬಹುದಲ್ವಾ? So in physics you learn this as a displacement. Here it is known as a straight line. The shortest distance between the 2 points is known as straight line. So like this, straight line is introduced to maths, remember that. Okay, so now we have to learn about these straight lines. Can you give me some examples of straight line? Did you see anywhere the straight lines in maths in lower classes? Yeah, right. Sides of the triangle, right? It must be a straight line. Triangle ಹೀಗೆ ಬರೀಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗತ್ತಾ? This is not called as a straight triangle because here the sides are not straight line. So sides of the triangles are straight line, then sides of the parallelogram, radius, diameter, x-axis, y-axis. Ita examples kodtavare. There are infinitely many examples. Okay, examples of straight line. So remember. So I hope you understood exactly what I mean by straight line. Straight line, and I know the shortest distance between the 2 points. And examples of straight lines are sides of the triangle, sides of the parallelogram, sides of the square, the sides of the polygon, radius, diameter, x-axis, y-axis, parallel to x-axis, parallel to y-axis. So all these are the examples of straight line. So he can now continue modelize subject. We are not going to learn like this straight line. We are going to learn straight line in a different way. Okay, so to learn the straight line in detail or in depth, we have to know about one concept before learning the straight line. It is slope, not soap. Slope, S-L-O-P-E, slope of the straight line. The slope of a straight line will give you the in-depth concepts about the straight line. Okay, so we are going to learn directly the first concept from first PUC in coordinate geometry is slope of a line. So slope of a line gotidre, you can describe how the given line will be or what are the different characteristics of the straight line. Okay, so very important concept of this chapter known as straight line is slope of a line. Slope of a line. Everyone must understand to understand straight line. What do you mean by slope of a line? Artha aita? Okay, listen carefully. You may get defined question in exam, define slope of a line and find the slope of the line. So atara question kelo chances ಇದೆ. So definition ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದಾಗ ಹೀಗೆ ಬರಿಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. So listen carefully. If a line makes an angle theta, maybe radian or degree, whatever, it's not mentioned here, with a positive direction, this is important, with positive direction of x-axis. If a line makes an angle theta with the positive direction of x-axis, then the real number, and straight line is a real number tan theta. Then the real number tan theta is called slope of the line. Is called slope of the line. I'll repeat. If a line makes an angle theta with positive direction of x-axis, then the real number tan theta is called the slope of the line. Is called the slope of the line. So then I'll explain with the examples, don't worry. But our sentence correct example, if they ask define slope of the line, you must define like this. The other one word bittodru, you may not get the marks. So what is the slope of a line? If a line makes an angle theta with the positive direction of x-axis, then the real number tan theta is called the slope of the line. It is denoted by, it is denoted by M. Usually, M may use ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂದಿಲ್ಲ, but ಈ NCERT syllabus ಅಲ್ಲಿ small letter m ಅನ್ನ slope ಗೆ represent ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. So whenever if I write M anywhere in this chapter, it will be known as a slope of the line. So it is denoted by M. M represent the slope of the line. What is slope of the line? Tan theta. What is theta? Is the angle made by the line with the positive direction of x-axis. Now I'll explain geometrically. Listen. So take a coordinate system, x-axis and y-axis. I'll consider a line, which makes an angle theta with the positive direction of x-axis. You can see in this diagram. This is the angle made by the line with the positive direction of x-axis. When a line makes an angle with the coordinate axis, the x-axis, y-axis, there are two types of angle. One is positive direction of x-axis, another one is negative direction of x-axis. Really, this angle, remember this angle is known as positive direction angle. Why this is known as positive direction angle? Because this angle is towards positive direction of x-axis. This angle is known as negative direction x-axis. This is known as negative direction x-axis. So this is known as positive direction of angle. This is negative direction x-axis. Now negative direction angle antale helbodu nenpilli. So when a line makes an angle theta with the x-axis, there are two types of angle. This angle is known as positive direction of x-axis angle. This is negative direction of x-axis angle. So slope baribekadre, you must know the angle made by the line with positive direction of x axis. So please remember that slope ಬರೀಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ positive direction of x axis angle ಬೇಕೇ ಬೇಕು. So remember that, and don't worry, suppose if you know negative direction of x axis angle, you can find out positive direction of x axis angle. ಹೇಗೆ find out ಮಾಡೋದು? You know the total angle is 180 degree. Suppose ಇದು ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ರೆ easily you can decide this 180 minus this angle, so you will get. But tan theta ದಲ್ಲಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನೆನಪಿಲಿ that theta must be positive direction of x axis angle. So ಈ words sentence correct ಆಗಿ ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. So ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಲ್ಲ diagram? Let me take some example to make this work, make this concept perfect. Okay, the first example, if a line makes an angle 45 degree with the positive direction of x axis, if a line makes an angle 45 degree with the positive direction of x axis, now can you tell me what is the slope of the line? Slope of the line is tan 45 degree ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಯಾಕೆ ಹೇಳಿ theta is the positive direction of x axis angle, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, tan theta ದಲ್ಲಿ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. And what is tan 45 degree? 1. The slope of this line is 1. I wrote already in the definition, it is a real number. Slope is not an angle, slope is not a variable, it is a real number, it's a scalar. So nenpede, if a line makes an angle theta under 45 degree with the positive direction of x axis, then slope of this line is 45 degree. Slope of this line is 45 degree, sorry, tan 45 degree, and tan 45 degree is equal to 1. 1 is a real number. Artha aithalva? Very good. So let me take another example. You can see in this diagram, second example. Here this angle is known as positive direction of x axis angle. So one ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, positive direction of x axis angle is known and always smaller than the negative direction. ಹಾಗಿರ್ಬೇಕಂತಿಲ್ಲ, ಆ ಲೈನ್ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. This is the positive direction of x axis angle, this is negative direction of x axis angle. ಇಲ್ಲಿ angle ಏನು 120 degree. Okay, nothing to worry, it may be any type of angle, but not more than 180 degree. So what is slope of the line? Tan 120 degree. ಹೇಗೆ tan 120 degree find out ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ? Tan of 180 minus 60. So second quadrant is tan is negative, so minus tan 60 ಅಂದ್ರೆ minus root 3. See, real number ಅಲ್ಲಿ negative number allowed ಅಲ್ವಾ? So slope can be negative, slope can be 0. I'm going to discuss next. Slope can be positive. Positive slope you saw here, negative slope you understood here, right? ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಸೊ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಆಗೋದು ಯಾವಾಗ? when angle is obtuse angle, then slope of that line is negative. when angle is acute angle, slope of that line is positive. Okay, one more. ಇದೆರಡು ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಲ್ವಾ? Observe carefully. Third one, very interesting one. If a line makes an angle 120 degree with the positive direction of y axis, ನಾನೇನು ಹೇಳಿದೆ ಡೆಫಿನೇಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ, theta must be angle made by the line with the positive direction of x axis only. negative direction ಇದ್ರೆ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, or with y axis ಆಗಲ್ಲ. But ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ? angle, or what we know here, we know that angle made by the line with the positive direction of y axis. ಇದರ ಸ್ಲೋಪ್ ಹೇಗೆ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು? ಸಿ, ಇದರ ಸ್ಲೋಪ್ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಇದನ್ನ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ ಲೈನ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಸ್ ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡೇ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ? ಸೊ ಇದು 120 ಡಿಗ್ರಿ, ಅದು ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಹೇಳಿ? 60 ಡಿಗ್ರಿ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಆಂಗಲ್ ಇಸ್ 180 ಡಿಗ್ರಿ. ಇದು 90 ಡಿಗ್ರಿ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಂಗಲ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ದ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಸ್ ವೈ ಆಕ್ಸಿಸ್ 90 ಡಿಗ್ರಿ. ಸೊ ಇದು 90 ಡಿಗ್ರಿ, ಇದು 60 ಡಿಗ್ರಿ, 150 ಆಯ್ತು. ಸೊ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಆಂಗಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಅ ಟ್ರಯಾಂಗಲ್ ಇಸ್ 180 ಡಿಗ್ರಿ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ 30 ಡಿಗ್ರಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ಇದು 30 ಆದ್ರೆ ಈ ಆಂಗಲ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? Yes, very good, 150 degree. So at the end we got an angle made by the line with the positive direction of x axis. That angle is 150 degree. So slope ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಹೇಳಿ? Slope is equal to tan 150 degree. So what is tan 150 degree? Minus 1 by root 3, because 180 minus theta, 180 minus 30 degree, 30 degree, 180 minus 30 degree ಯಾವ quadrant ಇರುತ್ತೆ? second quadrant tan negative, so it's minus tan 30 degree ಅಂದ್ರೆ minus 1 by root 3. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ ಸ್ಲೋಪ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ? what do you mean by slope? Slope is a real number which we can obtain using the formula tan theta. Theta ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? angle made by the line with positive direction of x axis. Our word with the positive direction of x axis. So I hope you understood what do you mean by slope of a line, okay, with the different possibilities. ಇಲ್ಲಿ positive x axis acute angle, positive x axis obtuse angle, and here the angle made by the line y axis kotte, not x axis. Understood? I hope you understood everything which we discussed in the beginning, because ee part artha agilla antadre next part kashta agutte. So artha agide alva? So I am moving to the next concept. Here I will give you some information, please remember that. Okay, so I will give you one information related to slope. You must remember this. Okay, I will give you this as a note. Okay, nenpile very important information. The first one is slope of x axis. ಏನಿರ್ಬೋದು ಹೇಳಿ? What do you mean by the slope of, or what is the value of slope of x-axis? See, according to definition, to find out the slope of a line, you have to find out an angle made by that line with the positive direction of x-axis, correct? You have to find out angle made by the line with the positive direction of x-axis, correct? Now what is the angle made by the x-axis with x-axis? 0. So theta is equal to 0 degree. Therefore, what is slope of the x-axis? Slope of x-axis tan 0 degree. Tan 0 degree, no? 0. So remember, slope of x-axis is 0. Very important information. Slope of x-axis is 0. Okay, I'll write one diagram for the quick reference. Slope of x-axis 0. X-axis is slope equal to 0. Next information or next note. What is slope of y-axis? What is slope of y-axis? Can you tell me? See, what is the angle made by the y-axis? What is the angle made by the y-axis with the positive direction of x-axis? Yeah, it is 90 degree. So theta is equal to 90 degree. Therefore, what is slope of y-axis? Slope of y-axis is tan 90 degree. What is tan 90 degree? Yeah, infinity. What do you mean by infinity? Does not exist. So remember, slope of y-axis does not exist because see general ಆಗಿ ಮಾತಾಡೋದು slope road ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ. Slope road ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹೀಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. Vertical shape ಇದೆ, you cannot travel. Why you cannot travel in a vertical shape? Because the slope does not exist. ನೀವು travel ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ either slope should be 0, horizontal ಇದ್ರೂ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಹೀಗಿದ್ರೂ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ slope ಇದ್ರೂ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. But if it is like this, how you can travel? Okay, so ನೀವು ಜನರಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀರಿ, but mathematically you are understanding now. So if slope of a vertical line does not exist, and y-axis is one of the vertical line. Please remember that. Now our next discussion is that only. So ನೆನಪಲ್ಲಿ slope of y-axis is infinity or does not exist. One more information. Okay, third one, slope of a line parallel to x-axis. So a line which is parallel to x-axis is known as horizontal line. Alright, this name is horizontal lines. The line which is parallel to x-axis is known as horizontal line. What may be the slope of horizontal line or the line which is parallel to x-axis? Okay, so what we got information here, slope of y-axis is does not exist. Infinity anta baritane. Now horizontal line, the line which is parallel to x-axis. So what may be the slope? So theta enandi. If a line parallel to x-axis, the angle made by the x-axis with the positive direction of x-axis is 0, alva. So therefore, what is slope? Slope is equal to tan 0, so it is nothing but 0. So not only the slope of x-axis is 0, slope of a line which is parallel to x-axis is also 0. Slope of a line which is parallel to x-axis is also 0. Please remember that. Artha aida? Adhe tara vertical line. What do you mean by vertical line? I'll write the information here. Fourth note. Okay, slope of vertical line. Slope of a line which is parallel to y-axis, is theta is 90 degree, alva, because see this angle made by the x-axis is 90 degrees, so tan 90 degrees does not exist. So slope of all vertical line does not exist. Please remember that slope of all vertical line does not exist. So please remember, slope of x-axis 0, slope of y-axis does not exist. Slope of any parallel line or any horizontal line, slope of every horizontal line is always equal to 0, and slope of every vertical line does not exist. You cannot calculate, that's it. Adilla artha aita, confirm aitalva. Infinity and the number alla adu. Infinity represent it is not there, does not exist, you can't find out. Okay, so it is not a number. Don't think that infinity is a number. Infinity is not a number, so don't think that slope of y-axis is some real number. In this case, this slope is not a real number. Okay, it does not exist, so you cannot find out. So I hope you understood what I mean by slope, what I mean by what is the slope of x-axis, slope of horizontal line, slope of y-axis, slope of all vertical line. Now see, always you may not get the theta, or you may not find out theta, which is the angle made by the line with the positive direction of x-axis. It may be not possible every time. Okay, sometimes the given data is maybe different from that, you cannot find out theta. So anta situation bandaga slope hege find out ಮಾಡೋದು. So that we are going to learn as a next topic. So we are going to find out now slope of a line joining 2 points. Suppose instead of theta, if they are given x1 y1, very easily you can find out the slope of that line. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? So now next important, very important concept here. Theta is unknown, we cannot find out theta to find out the slope. Here the given data is the 2 points on the line. Suppose if you know the 2 points on the line, okay, I'm going to derive one formula which will help you to get the slope of line joining 2 points. Okay, so proof is like this. Let a of x1 y1 and b of x2 y2 be two given points. So let me consider the 2 points as x1 y1 and x2 y2 with the name a and b. Okay, one small diagram work is that, observe carefully. Here point consider madi a and b, okay, like this, with the coordinates x1 y1 and x2 y2. Maybe I have to extend this line here, because I'm going to extend this line. So this is x-axis, this is y-axis. So we have a simple construction, and construction is as follows. Draw AL and BM perpendicular to x-axis. Draw AL and BM perpendicular to x-axis. One more construction. Draw AN perpendicular to AM perpendicular to BM. AN perpendicular to BN. Okay. Now let theta be an angle. Let theta be an angle made by the line AB with positive direction of x-axis, with the positive direction of x-axis, with the positive direction of x-axis, that is this angle. Now if this is theta, you know this is also theta, this is, you know, perpendicular, right? Correct? Very good. Yeah, now observe, okay, I'm using the triangle now. From triangle ABN, from triangle ABN, I'll define tan theta. Can you tell me what is the tan theta definition? Opposite divided by adjacent. Opposite divided by adjacent. Now what is BN in this triangle? BM minus NM. AN, okay, AN is also equal to, you know, LM, idu O. Okay, now this is equal to BM. BM andre no y coordinate of the point B, alva? Y coordinate of the point B. What is y coordinate of the point B? Y2. NM is also equal to AL. Correct? NM is also equal to AL. AL is the y coordinate of the point A, anything but y1. Artha agtide helodu? Okay, NM is also equal to AL. Do you agree with me? And AL is represent y coordinate of the point A, which is y1. And LM can be written as OM minus OL. OM minus OL. So therefore, okay, tan theta is equal to y2 minus y1 divided by OM andre no x coordinate of the point B andre x2, OL andre x coordinate of the point A, which is x1. Correct? Yes, we got answer now. We know that if theta is the angle made by the line, if theta is the angle made by the line with the positive direction of x-axis, therefore what is slope of the line? Therefore slope of the line AB is, you know, tan theta, alva? Slope of the line is tan theta, because observe carefully here, theta is the angle made by the line AB with the positive direction of x-axis, then slope of the line is tan theta, and tan theta just now we got is y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. So therefore, you know, slope of the line joining 2 points, slope of the line joining 2 points x1 y1 and x2 y2 is, you know, y2 minus y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. So please remember that slope of the line joining 2 points x1 y1 and x2 y2 is y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. We don't want angle theta to find out this. See here we solve for acute angle. Then this is for acute angle. In next class I'm going to derive same thing for obtuse angle. Okay, you may get derivation in exam for 5 marks, otherwise just remember the formula anto guarantee important. So then slope of the line joining 2 points is y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. So learn this properly. This derivation is important one, as well as the final answer is also important. In next class I am going to take obtuse angle derivation, then problems. So please learn this properly because we are in the beginning of straight line. Ee part the next part tumma kasta agate. So please practice more. This is a very important topic for JEE Main as well as Karnataka CET. So remaining part of the straight line will continue in next class. Thank you.